One day I was bored and decided to create a card game where you fight characters to death. I came up with some pretty crazy ideas like a stingray scorpion and the dragon alligator hybrid, and I was no pro artist at the time. I simply drew them on index cards and called it a game. After making a whole 10 cards, well, I just stopped making the game. This seemed like another project I started but immediately stopped and never came back to. Like one of these old books I made where the story just randomly cuts out. But surprisingly enough, half a year later I came back to it and made a bunch of cards. The main motivation was that me and my friends would play these games sometimes, and it would be pretty fun. So I kept on making the card game until I started to run out of ideas. It got to the point where I made a character that was a big blob of goo, and this weird polar bear who has like some extra horns. I named him Flip-Op. What was I thinking? So then I decided to make a book explaining all the characters, and this guidebook took so long to make. Like, it was so precious to me. Like, I was gonna cry if one of the pages got bent. But after a while, the Fierce Fighters guidebook was done. Next up, I made a book where I went in depth on the bigger characters of the game.